Under the hood of the CJ3B. If you remember in our Adventures in the Upper Peninsula video, I was having a little bit of carb trouble, so I just decided I'm going to take the carb completely apart and go ahead and make sure that it is all good. So I got a rebuild kit, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so the carburetor is off. It's fairly clean on the outside, not too bad. I have some chem dip that I'm going to put the carburetor in, so I'm going to break it down just a little bit. And then here is the, there we go, ethanol resistant carburetor kit. There you go, 1505. So hopefully this is going to take care of all the problems. Parts are soaking. While that's happening, we're going to start scrubbing up some of the others. Okay, so I thought I would show you all the parts are nice and cleaned up. This particular one was in really nice shape, so it cleaned up very good. That one, did a little scrubbing with the wire brush, just make sure everything is nice and clean. And then finally, this one, which if you see right in there, you can see a little line. I have not been able to get that out. It did not take it out in the chem dip. Maybe I could have left it longer, but it is really clean, so I'm not worried about it. So we're gonna go ahead and start putting things back together. This is the new needle and seat, which it's not a needle as you can see from there. This is a Daytona valve. The needle and seat, that's there. You're more familiar probably with that, or at least I am. So that's the old one. The Daytona valve, there's somewhat the explanation how it works. It's got a flat disc, it's supposed to flow better, it's supposed to eliminate some problems that a needle and seat has. So to make all the adjustments on the carburetor or on the float, it's best not to put it in and then push down or pry on it that way. There's actually tools for it, but I was just using needle nose pliers. So just carefully bend these tabs until you get the correct settings. I'll show you what those are. All right, in the sheet for the carburetor, it gives the distances that you need to set things to. So you're also going to get some of these. These are the little gauges. So this particular carburetor, when it's hanging upside down, should be 1.25 inches, which maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. So that is set correctly. And then when it's this way, originally it's supposed to be 5/16, but I'm supposed to add another 16th in because of this Dayton valve. And so what I did is just modified this little gauge, measured 3/8 and put that on there, and there it is. It's just touching. So you want to double check those to make sure that that's right, so that your seat is opening and closing when it's supposed to. Our next little things that we're going to do, these are our jets. I already have removed those, cleaned, and put them back in. Now the one that you want to make sure that you get put back in is one that you may not even seen. This particular one uses a little needle and seat. So that drops right in there. That's all that this one has. Some of them use the balls. The kit comes with new balls. So check which type you have, but make sure you do not forget to put that in. So that's our next piece. Then our accelerator pump. And what I'm gonna do on the accelerator pump is slide it through and then put it together. So let's do that and we'll get it mounted. Okay, so I put it in. I put the spring and the little keeper on, and then I just start all the screws. Pretty much you can't really put it in wrong. You just make sure you get it in there correctly and seat it and tighten down. Okay, the next piece is going to start requiring us to put some of the other bits together. We could do it in 2 pieces, but I'm just gonna do it this way. So we wanna drop this one in. Don't forget to replace the nice little rubber piece there, the little seal. So that one goes first. And then we take our gasket. There's a couple different gaskets, so make sure you get the right one. So, and then here, the trick is to make sure that this is all lined up correctly. So this is falling out a little bit. There we go. All right, so that is in place. So just put that on and bring it down. All right, so there is how that is supposed to look. Now we'll put some screws in it. And all that moving around, I dumped that little check off, so made sure that went back in. And now we have to get our needle put in. Our needle has, let's see if I'm in camera. So we put it on there, and then there's the little piece that goes onto the arm like that. So that's how that piece goes. And then make sure it goes into the jet. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold my finger on it, get it in there so you can see. So that is how all those are supposed to look. And then we have the spring and the other clip. Okay, so those parts are hooked up. You can see there our accelerator pump linkage is all working. So this part is pretty much done. Go. So we do have a new little piece for the linkage on the bottom, so we'll make sure that is on. And so my first little screw up. So this little stopper is supposed to be on the other side of that. When I put my base on, I didn't have it in the right location, so I'm gonna just see if I can slide it off this way. Okay, I was able to just loosen up this linkage enough just to move it out. I'll have to just push that back in. So let's get everything set back on there again. Okay, so for this little guy, let's see, it should be like that. So pull this one up, put this over. Go. Get it in, and then bring it up and clip it. So there, that is now done. And again, we'll have to push this in and lock it down. But let's get the top screwed on. On this little jet right here, which I think is our idle adjustment, I think that if you take it all the way in and then back it out 1.5 is usually a good start. So there's that. Everything seems to be functioning correctly. So let's go put this on the Jeep, see if it runs. Okay, so I'm happy with the first start after the carburetor rebuild. It fired up pretty quickly. No leaks, no nothing like that on it. Had the one spring not connected so it wasn't idling down, but once that was hooked up, it seemed like it was pretty good. So a little tinkering, I'm sure, with it. As you can see right there, we're putting a top on the Jeep because we're getting ready to head out and it's almost October here. So we want to stay a little bit warm. So as soon as the top is on, I'll take it out for a test drive. We'll see how it runs, make those few fine adjustments, and hopefully it'll be good. So thank you for watching, and come again. Got more stuff all the time.